Hello, welcome to Live with Laurel. Today I'm kind of here because I was on my computer shopping, which is exactly where I don't need to be. And I thought I'd come on here and try to give some tips on how to not impulse buy, even though I stink at it. So for me, I'm a huge impulse buyer. I buy Hot Topic. I think so. And this goes beyond. Let me turn my heater off. This goes beyond crafting items. This is like everyday. This is every day for me. I am the worst. Good morning, everyone. I am the worst impulse buyer. Like, what do I have? I have an amazing collection of tote bags and purses that I don't need. I'm one person. I have two arms, and I don't need 72 tote bags that all pretty much look the same, but are in different colors. Last couple months ago, I got hooked on makeup. And I see my friend Jenny Coca-Cola is on here, although that's not her last name. Colaxico, something like that. So I bought all the sun. Go. So I bought all, my son just came in here. Oh my God. I thought there was a bug in my hair. Get out of here. So I bought all this makeup. I mean, primers. I don't even know what all that stuff is. Contour stuff. I don't know. All this stuff. And Jenny was coming to my house one day and I filled up a huge shoebox full of brand new makeup that I bought that I didn't even want. So it was dumb. Impulse buying at its worst. What else? I have a lot of boots. Half of them don't fit me anymore. Half of them legitimately have dust on them, like legit dust. I have to, go in there. I'm sneezing. So Jenny, of course, got all of the makeup, which was good for her, but bad for my wallet. So I'm over the makeup thing. I stopped. The thing for me is I just need to stop looking. I had subscribed to all of these, they're called makeup gurus on YouTube, and everything they saw, I had to go get it. Like it was going to look like that on me. They probably have filters or something when they're putting on their makeup. So it's just like, what is wrong with me? So impulse buying is awful for me. I'm sure it's awful for most of you because we always want something we don't have. But then when we have it, it's like you didn't even really need it to begin with. So, that's kind of why I'm here. So this is what my thought is. This is going to be my strategy. First of all, I've unfollowed all of the makeup people, and I've kind of like, there was kind of a phase for me anyway. So it's like the totes and the purses and things that I'm still a sucker. I just need to stop, but I'm a huge sucker. My friend Justine, I have this weighted blanket. Ooh, I want a weighted blanket. I got a weighted blanket. I don't like it. It's heavy. It's just like, I did find that I put the weighted blanket on my head the other day when I had a headache, and that did help because of the weight. So it's like I'm a buyer for everything, including crafts. I bought those alcohol ink pearl inks. I haven't even used them. They're still sitting somewhere. I just had to have them, but I haven't used them. I've bought so many crafty things that I had to have that I never used. You know what I'm saying? I can't think, like, I know I bought a mink machine. I had a mink machine and a laminator that I had bought from Costco when my son, who is 13 now, was like 2, because I was going to laminate all of his artwork. And that thing still works just great. So that's what I use. I didn't need the mink machine. So I gave it away. I mean, it's just, I do this all the time. Do you see behind me, with the exception of my closet door that's open? That's kind of annoying. But that is a whole pegboard system full of all Nuvo products and all of my alcohol inks. So I don't need any more. So it's like, I don't need to buy any more. So here's what I'm thinking. I got to close that door because it's driving me nuts. So hold on a second. Here's what I'm thinking that we all need to do. There, that was driving me crazy. So we need to go in on this together. I think we need to hold ourselves accountable. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hold ourselves accountable and rocking and rolling. So this is what I think we need to do. We need to say, I don't need any more of this, and don't buy it. I mean, it's really that simple. Like, we can be our own support group right here. don't buy it. It's like my room is, and here's another thing, and we'll focus on crafts right now for the moment. When you have too much stuff, it is overwhelming, and it's true. And you can't possibly use it all. Like, it's impossible. And you kind of feel like it's just overwhelming. And right, Joy, you can just explode out of room. I have, right now, I'm in a spare bedroom for my craft room. When I move, I'm moving soon, I hope. If look, this is just another story. Up in New York, you got to have lawyers and stuff to close on your real estate. In Florida, it was just the realtors. But moving on. Ha, Jenny. Ha ha ha. She's addicted to makeup too. Don't let her fool you. I'm telling you, Diane, this is a support group. We're starting it now. I don't even know what I was just saying. That's how my room is. I have so much stuff. So in my next house, I am purposely going into a very small room. I could have gone into a room this size. I could have gone into a basement room I had custom built. I could have done all of these options, but I opted to go for a bedroom that has windows all over the place. So it wasn't really feasible for a bedroom because I had no wall space. But anyway, I chose to go with a very small room because I don't need all this stuff, right? I know there's that Marie Kondo woman. I tried to watch the Netflix. I'm going to be honest with you. And this is not to insult anybody that likes it or whatever, but I watched the first couple of minutes and it was, I'm not going to kiss my clothes and thank you and all that stuff. I just can't do it. So I was just like, stop it. Just don't buy anymore. Organize what you have and don't buy anymore. So here's what I think we should do. Coffee mugs. Coffee mugs is another one of my things. Coffee mugs. How many coffee mugs do you need? I have a ton, and mine are all black and white. It's like, if you're gonna get a coffee mug, at least go run out and get a color or something. So anyway, what I started doing with my coffee mugs is if I brought one in, I had to get one out. One had to go. One had to go bye-bye. I probably should say if I brought one in, two have to go out. Okay, so that's what I think you can do with your craft room. Same with your clothes. Same with anything in your life. If you're bringing some furniture, even whatever, if you're bringing something in, donate or get rid of one thing. If you're bringing one in, get one out, or bringing one in, get two things out. If you really need to declutter. So that's kind of where my mindset is. Another thing I do is when I'm on these sites and I just have to have something. I want it. I need it. It needs to be mine. I will put it in my cart. This is new for me. So we'll just see how this works out. This is new for me. I've been doing it for a couple of weeks. It's been effective so far, but whatever. I will leave it in my cart. I will leave it in my cart for a minimum of 24 hours. If it's gone, if it's sold out, if it's gone, it wasn't meant to be. If I'm still thinking about it, I'm like, oh my God, if I'm dreaming about and I have to have it, then I'll go back a minimum of 24 hours later and get it. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking too, impulse buying. That's where the market gets us. You see it, you have to have it, or you see someone use it and you have to have it and you go and you buy it. And then how long does it sit in a box? Or do you shove it in your closet? Or do you shove it under your bed? Or do you put it in, I'm going to use this later. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this with my kits. I'm going to just order them and eventually I'll get around to using them. Well, you won't. Okay. For crafty kits, if it's kits and if it's something that's going to sell out down the road and it's not something that you'll be able to get again or your viewers can order, you probably likely won't use it because you don't really want to use things, in my opinion. If you're a crafter and if you're trying to keep current, you're not going to want to use something that is not available. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it. You're not going to use a kit from, September of last year. You're just not. You're not. I'm sorry. I'm here to speak the truth. So that's that. I'm also trying to read comments. So that's why you'll see me kind of looking over to the side. I personally do not subscribe to kits, no, to answer that question that I saw pop up. Heidi, yes, sometimes when you impulse buy, you're buying things that you really can't afford, which is another tip. This is a tip that's been embedded for me from my father, who was a financial officer of a hospital. He's very, 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 very smart. And I also married someone that's incredibly smart as well. I don't buy anything I don't have the money for. Okay. Yes, I have a credit card, but I pay my credit card off every single month. If I don't have money for that item, I don't buy it. Another thought or another thing that you could do is if you have a PayPal account, or I think there's something new called Vimeo or whatever. I think it's similar to PayPal, whatever it is. Put your budget, put what your allotted budget is for spending on whatever it is, craft, whatever. And once you spend it, you cannot buy anymore. You're done. I have a friend, Justine, that does that. I was like, go buy this. And she's like, no, I only have $20 left in my PayPal. That I don't want to dip into anywhere else. So she literally didn't buy it, even though she's probably one of the worst impulse buyers that there is. Let's be honest. But she didn't do it. So I was like, that sparked a thought, like, make your own account, make your own budget. PayPal is super easy for me. Everybody takes PayPal, and I pay with my balance. I don't pay with a credit card. I don't pay with my checking account. It's my balance. Done. The releases for companies are tough. Some are scaling back and releasing, every 6 weeks or every quarter, and some are just releasing every month. To me, monthly releases are a bit much. It's hard to keep up with it. It's hard to, you get it, you use it, and then by the time you've posted your project or whatever, they've already got another release. It's too much for me. So I don't, I don't follow, okay, here's another thing. I don't follow stamping companies. And it's not because I don't love them. It's not because of anything. It's because I don't want to see it all to go buy it all. I cannot buy monthly products. I just can't. I mean, like stamps and stuff. Now, if you're talking about inks or my Nuvo or whatever, that's different because those are things that you can use on many different things. But when when you buy a stamp, it's kind of like themed towards that. And kind of like when you use it a couple of times, well, this is me. When I use it I don't really want to use it anymore. I keep there is a stack of stamps that I will never purge because they are so versatile. You can use them all year long. Those I'll never get rid of. But other ones that are very, very specific for a theme or a holiday or whatever, I won't use them next year. I'm not going to use them. You know what I'm saying? So think about what you buy and think about if you can get more than a couple of uses out of it. If you've got a stamp set that you like, but you can only think of one thing you can do with it, then that's probably not a stamp set for you. You know what I'm saying? You probably want to get a stamp set that you can think, I can use this, or I can heat emboss, or I can foil, or I can do, and then that maybe is a stamp set for you. Let's see. There's a lot of stamp companies out there. There's a lot of good companies out there. There's a lot of good stores out there. It's true, but I don't follow stamp companies for that reason. If it's a hot item that everybody loves, I'm going to see it somewhere, right? I'll see it somewhere. For example, the waffle flower water media mat, whatever the thing's called. I guess it's just released or whatever. I'm not following waffle flower, but I've seen it over and over and over again. Okay. Cause that's like a hot item. So I don't need to subscribe to her to see what is going to be hot. It will get around the block and I will see it. So that is why I don't subscribe to those. I don't subscribe to YouTube channels because I remember at one point I would just simply go to a certain YouTuber's video and I just scroll and see what supply she was using. I didn't even pay attention to what she made. So it's like, it's like crazy. Like, don't do it. Let's see. Can't deny going to AC Moore. Yeah, I don't really go in there anyway. I don't have an AC Moore. I think I have a Michaels. But I don't go in there unless I'm going in there for a specific. Here's another thing. I am a sucker at Target, man. I'll go into Target and be like, I need to get some soap. And I'll walk out with a cartload of stuff. Okay? Because now they've got the Joanna Gaines line and they've got all this other stuff. Don't get a cart. Do not get a cart. If you know that you're going to Target or wherever for a specific reason, don't get a cart because then you can only really feasibly buy what you can carry. I've done that many, many times. Can I make a video? Where did it go? Oh, about the stamps that I'll never get rid of. That's why I'm getting my pin out because I thought I saw that. Yeah, let me write that down and I'll add that to my list. I can't live without, I've never will get rid of stamps. Live without video. Got it. So, so don't get a cart and never just go just to walk around. Ooh, that's just a bad idea. I'm bored. I'm like, I'll go walk around Target, get a coffee. Hundreds of dollars later of stuff I've bought. My Stampin' It sent me a retiring list. So I'm sitting here writing a list of, they're retiring, Heidi. So if they're retiring, do you want to use something that I don't know I don't know if you blog or I don't know how this works, but for me, I don't like to use things that my viewers can't buy because a lot of times they'll be like, "Where'd you get it?" "Oh, it's not in stock anymore." Well, that might, might not tick them off. So I just don't do that. I don't like to get things that retire or are not available. They, that's exactly what I'm saying, Elizabeth. She said, I have unsubscribed from stamping websites, so I'm not tempted. That's exactly right. So that's, it's just like make a list. Make a list of the things that you feel like you have to have, that you've seen around the world, that you've seen that's coming out, and make a list. And then just keep track of it, right? Keep it in your cart for 24 hours. And if you're still thinking about it 25 hours later, then I guess it's something you really want. Or it could be a mind game and you really want it because you shouldn't get it. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So yeah, that's kind of impulse buying. It stinks. It happens to everyone. For men, it's the hardware store or whatever. Um, it works for everyone, not just the crafting industry. I'm a sucker for mugs. Like I said, the makeup was a thing for me for a while. Bye. Purses. I mean, I'm just ridiculous. Listen, I watch Shark Tank. I will not stop watching that even though I know I should, because I love watching these shows where they come on with these inventions. Some of them are really good. I've gotten some really cool, very unique gifts to give to people that I found off of Shark Tank. But that's a great show, but that's also like, ooh, you're going to want to go out and buy stuff. Yeah. So, it's true, Sherry. You really want it because you can't buy it. Like, for instance, I was getting a custom paint sample, or I was getting paint for we're having a basement redone and in the house that we're moving to. And there was this paint that I really wanted, right? It was this color. I've already forgotten what it is. That's how important it was. Evening, whatever, evening gray evening, whatever. And then I decided to go with a different paint company. So I was sitting there holding up the swatch from the original company that I wanted. And I was looking at the other colors that I could get. And I was like, well, should I, I could have them match the paint, but do I really want this paint, or do I really want it because it's not available so easily and they have to go match it? And then I decided I didn't really want that paint. The other one was just fine. And I went with the other one. So that's that. Shark Tank is, I think, CBS, NBC, something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe it's NBC. But I love those shows. There have been some great. I've gotten the Bottle Breacher, which is a bottle opener that's made from old military bullets, and it employs only military veterans. And my husband's in the military, so there's dumb things too. Don't get me wrong. I got a toilet bowl light. It was a motion. Now there's all kinds of knockoffs, but it was a motion light. So you would put it in the toilet, and then when it sensed motion, the toilet bowl would light up, right? Which was helpful for me in the middle of the night because I don't want to turn a light on. So, and that's where I got my boom boom, Diane. That's right. It's totally different. I have my boom boom. Where is my boom boom? I'll show you this. So the toilet bowl light. And as dumb as it was, I have it in every room of my house. And then when you have to go to the bathroom and it's pitch black, you don't have to turn on all the overhead lights and blind yourself, because the toilet bowl gives you a nice little array of color. Oh yeah, Shark Tank. This is Boom Boom, which is nasal aromatherapy. You just kind of put it at the bottom of your nose and you breathe it in. And that's Boom Boom. Boom Boom. You can Google that. It's on Amazon now. But anyway, the idea of it came from Shark Tank, and it works good. And when I have a cold and I can't use any more of my nasal spray, that's what it is. So yeah, Boom Boom is really good. I tell you, I got Catherine Pooler and her team totally hooked on that. They're sending me videos at least once a week of them boom booming all over the place. So that was totally an impulse buy, but I liked it. So that's that. Anyway. So that's it. So if you guys have any tips for impulse buying, let me know. So to recap, kind of create a PayPal account with whatever money you can spend, and don't go over it. It's just that simple. Don't put in a backup payment plan or whatever. That is my money. It's from my balance, and I do not go over it. So rude, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but if you have a problem with impulse buying, that's going to help you, because you won't see every little piece of paper that is released. You know what I'm saying? So what else did we say? What I know. I gotta scroll through the comments. So that's the thing. I do not subscribe to kits. I think I did answer that because I find that I don't use them. I don't need all the stuff that comes in a kit. I would not, for me, this is a personal preference. I don't buy things that are not available now. If there's something that's retired a long time ago, I don't need it unless I'm giving it to a kid or something like that. So I don't buy retired stuff. I don't know any other way to put it other than that way. And of course, I'm not saying that to be mean. This is to help me with my impulse buying. Buying stuff, and I'm afraid to start any craft project. I'm terrified I will screw it up. I have set up a craft. Okay, well, first of all, Catitude, don't buy anything more. Okay, this is what she's saying. I have set up a craft room, spent a lot of money buying supplies, and I'm afraid to start any craft projects. I'm terrified it will screw it up. And I continue to buy more things. Don't buy any more things. Use what you have. Practice, play, use, inexpensive paper. The Michaels, the Hobby Lobby, all those those places carry very inexpensive cardstock. Try it out on the cheaper stuff before you move your way up to the expensive stuff. But don't be afraid of crafting, because that's the whole reason why you bought all your stuff to begin with. So Teresa, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to buy another kit, and get rid of the old one. If you bring something new in, then you have to send something out of equal value. Not like you can't buy a craft kit and get rid of a Q-tip. It has to be like equal value. And I think that will help you. I am downsizing my craft room. That might be something that is helpful for you. If you work in a big, huge space, while it's wonderful to have a big, huge space and for it to be roomy, that's a big, huge space of collecting a whole bunch of crap that you just probably don't need. So go through your room and do a big purge. That Marie Kondo, I bought her book. Nope, impulse buy. Haven't read it. Spent $10 on the book because I know she has good ideas and I know it will help me, but I haven't read it. But there's your impulse buy. But at least it was $10, and at least it was something that's going to help me eventually in the future for organization. But that's not really what this video is about. Donating things is very good. Donate it to schools if you have stamps, especially the wooden stamps with the handles. Those are very easy for young kids to use. But it's just like if you go through your room and you go through your drawers, and it's kind of like with clothes. If you haven't worn it in the last year, isn't that the rule? If you haven't worn it in the last year, then get rid of it. All of my I'm never going to be a size 2 again. Never, ever, ever. Bye. I'm like way past being a size 2. Let me. Oh, I'm going to fit it into it again. No, I'm not. And if I do, they're going to be old and outdated anyway. So I have given away. This applies to everything, to your clothes, to how many. Don't buy 10 like I did. Get a couple. That's it. Wada bang, wada bee. There has been nothing. Here's I have a hard time purging craft items. Do you ever regret or miss something you have purged? I have never, not once. I remember being on the fence about something. I remember kind of putting it in a maybe pile, and then I'll call someone. Usually it's Justine. Usually it's Justine Hovey. I'll call her and I'll be like, do I need this? No. And then I'll get rid of it. It's like, I need that one push to get rid of it. She'll tell me, don't get rid of that. Or she'll say, hold on to it for Lily, my daughter. But if there's anything like on the fence, call a friend that you know is not a hoarder or an impulse buyer and get their feedback. But there has never been anything that I regret getting rid of, ever. Dollar Tree poster board works like Yuko paper. So I cut down 5 sheets. Laurel, another YouTuber, Mary, shared and showed that the Dollar Tree poster board, can't talk, works like Yupo paper. And so I cut down 5 sheets. Really? Dollar store poster board? Ooh, that's exciting. I didn't know that. Oh, you write that down. Dollar store poster board. Dollar Tree, whatever. Dollar Tree poster board. Yupo. Good to know. Thank you. But I don't need to buy it. You know why? Sherry, you cracked me up. Because I already have a whole bunch of Yupo. But that's a good hack. I gotta take a swig of Coke. Completely unhealthy. So anyway, I like that. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. So those are my tips. I don't know if they're really tips. And, you know, I was the worst impulse buyer, so I had to draw the line somewhere. I had to. So I think sizing my room is going to space. It just makes me have a shot of fucking. It just has. It's just I have too much stuff. I don't need all this stuff. I'm just sitting here looking around. I don't need all this stuff. I have these sequins from the Ton, and I have these are like spice containers from IKEA. And they're magnetic on the back, so I have them stuck on my Raskog. But since I didn't use them, because I don't really use sequins, I don't know how to put them down on cardstock and make them look nice like everybody else. So this is my pop of color in my craft room. Now, something like this is okay. Something like this, if you're using it for decoration or something, that's cool. But don't just be going and getting stuff, you know, because other people have it or whatever. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I'm the queen of doing stuff like that, and I have put a stop to it. It's not happening anymore. I got rid of I promise you, I got rid of like 30 totes. And when I say totes, I'm talking like purses, tote bags, things like that. I had way too many. And I just donated all to Goodwill. It's someone's treasure, you know? So that's that. So those are my little tidbits. Whether or not they work remains to be seen. But I've, unfollowing those makeup people. I bought another piece of makeup scent. Don't on there. Just follow YouTubers, and that's how I started out. I just started watching someone on YouTube, and I was watching how she made cards. Go to my channel. I'll type it in. You can't make, it's handmade. It's wonderful. You put your heart into it. It's fine. Oops, that's not the right thing. Hold on. And that's another thing. Don't put so much stress on yourself to be the best at everything or to keep up with everything or whatever. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Do what you do and have fun, especially if it's a hobby. And if you're not having fun, then this is the wrong hobby to be in. Why don't I go to Walmart for what? I can, Heidi. Someone who has like limited supplies. Heidi, can you email me? I'll put my email on here and we'll talk about what it is that you're, specifically that you're looking for a video. So email me there. Okay, so that's all I've got today. It's been a while since I did a live, put makeup on, so I figured I don't want to waste since I haven't gone anywhere today. Haven't even stepped foot outside yet. But anyway, yeah. All right, so chat has kind of died down a little bit. I think we've covered everything. When this posts later on YouTube, nobody can see the chat anymore, which I learned the hard way. So yeah, so if you're watching this on a replay, thanks for hanging out with us. Too bad you couldn't see all the comments. I tried to read the ones that I was responding to, but I'm in my PJs too. And I'm in my slippers. Hold on. Oh, see? Hey, man, I'm comfortable. That's what matters. Okay. Thanks, guys, everyone, so much for hanging with me. And let's hold each other accountable, right? Let's do it. If you have any ideas for future lives, email me. I threw it in the comments there. Email me, contact me, message me, whatever floats your boat, okay? Talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining. Bye.